Good morning, guys. It's Sunday, and we're sitting outside. Still only about 40 degrees, but we will take it. The big snowstorm missed us, so we're
the big snowstorm a couple days ago missed us.
Missed us, yes.
The big snowstorm on Monday did not miss us.
So we're happy for that, but a lot of you guys that follow us closely know that we got our high-speed internet installed finally on Friday, and you're probably wondering, where's the video? Why didn't they do a video? Well, I have to go back a little bit with this story, but something really bad happened. That's why we did not do a video. Going back to Wednesday when we got home from after being at polls and finding out someone paid our bill for us.
Or Dr. Pohl wrote it off. Somebody paid it. Something happened.
Yeah.
We don't know what.
Come to find out that Tracy works with a girl whose sister-in-law
works with Dr. Pohl. And she said that sometimes on bills like that, they will just write them off. And
people that have been their, customers for a long time.
Don't worry about it.
Nat Geo gives a nice residual check, so Doc Pohl's very generous with that, so that's probably what happened, we think. But anyways, I was on the phone after having found that out Wednesday morning. I was on the phone talking to Art, got the phone call, and it said Portland, Michigan. Well, I know that's where the electric company is from.
In the snow.
Goofy Gypsy. And guess I'm getting there. I can't even see my viewfinder, guys. Anyways, it ended up it was the electric company calling to schedule the appointment to install our internet. So yay, two fantastic things happened.
Oh, that internet.
And the lightning fast internet is amazing, but we'll get to that part.
Yeah.
Some of you saw the screenshot on the community page. It's incredible, but really haven't had a chance to use it because of what happened. Fast forward to Thursday, Art and I went to town, and Art was doing just fine. We went to the dollar store and got him a few things and came home, and everything was great. And then come around Friday morning, my phone didn't ring. Art generally calls me every morning, and if I don't answer, he'll keep calling until I finally answer or call him back. So I tried calling him back a little after noon and got no answer. I'm like, oh no, man, this is not good. So I walked over there. As you can see, I had to snow blow pass around here when we get a lot of snow. But I walked over there and I looked in his window, and he was sitting in his chair, and there were bills and envelopes all over the floor. So I just assumed he was focused on his bills and didn't want to be bothered, and he was actually opening an envelope when I looked in the window. So all right, I'll let him go. I told his son he's okay, he's just doing bills or whatever. So fast forward to that night, I put out my parabolic microphone, so I'm listening, and I kept hearing really weird noises over there, but I did hear him say Angel, and I heard the door, so I'm assuming he let the dog in or out. But I kept hearing these weird thumping sounds, and then finally around 10 o'clock I heard a really loud thump, 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 a couple thumps. I'm like, what is going on? So I went over there and I looked in the window, and I could not see him. The lights were on. I could not see one portion of his bedroom, and I thought I could see his bed and the comforter and pillows, and there was nothing on the bed. And I'm like, well, that's really odd. And I came back and I put my headphones back on for a second, and then I heard ow, and I went back over there, and he was sitting on the floor in the kitchen. Well, I ended up calling 911, called his son, and found out that he had Todd called it a large stroke on one side of his brain. Well, obviously that's generally where a stroke occurs, on one side of your brain or the other. But they took him to Big Rapids Hospital, and then yesterday they actually had to sedate him because he's unaware of his surroundings, and he's trying to pull out the IVs. He's combative. He did not even recognize me when the 911 operator had me go in and try to talk to him. He wouldn't even respond to me. I had to get right up next to him and yell.
He couldn't answer questions, and when he kept trying to get up.
Yeah.
He kept trying to get up, and we're telling him, no, stay down. Someone's going to be here to help you in a little while. And he kept pointing at Angel's food and saying, I gotta, and he couldn't get out what he was trying to say. He couldn't make the sentence. He couldn't.
I knew it was bad too when they got here and they were taking and his blood pressure was 150/80, so it was fine. Crazy, but they asked him, "Do you know your last name?" And he clearly answered, "Yes, yeah." And they're like, "Well, what is it?" Well, he couldn't spit it out. He couldn't say. So that's art for you. He's stubborn, bullheaded as could be, you know.
But he couldn't say
But he
it.
couldn't say it either. So
And then when they asked him to squeeze, she was saying, "Squeeze my hand as hard as you can, squeeze it." He couldn't.
he couldn't do anything.
Couldn't squeeze.
Couldn't squeeze at all. So that's where we're at with that, guys, and that's why we haven't done a video. In fact, it was so bizarre because Friday, the internet guy was supposed to be here between 12 and 2. That's partially why I walked over there a little bit after 12, and I'm like, well, I better see what's going on over there before the internet guy gets here. After I looked in the window over there and saw it sitting in the chair doing his envelope or opening his envelope, I came back and the guy was here to install the internet. And I told that guy, I'm like, man, you almost walked up on a death scene. I said, I just went over to check on my neighbor to make sure he was still alive. And I said, this could have gone either way, obviously. I could have found him dead, and I don't know what you would do in that case if you come to install the internet and your neighbor or the house that you found, the house that you came to install and just found their next door neighbor deceased. So I don't know what you would have done. So anyways, that's where we're at. That's why we have not done a video. Have not felt like it, obviously. It's like a kick in the gut, kicking the balls to a guy. That's even worse. So we don't know.
Didn't get much sleep Friday night.
Yeah.
Didn't get much sleep last night.
We have Art's poor, very senior dog. This poor little doggy, Angel. She is an angel.
She really is.
But Art coddled and babied her so much that the only time she ever walked was she would walk out that front door and do her business and then walk back in and then walk 6 feet to his chair, basically, and everything else, he carried her and picked her up all the time. If Gizmo or Lucy got near Angel, he would reach down and pick her up, so she has never interacted with other dogs.
She always wanted to.
And she is now.
And she loves them.
You know, she's doing fine. There's been no aggression whatsoever from anybody, not even Mr. Morris.
No.
Which is crazy because he was an a-hole to the other dogs and cats.
The only growl that there was when she was on the bed with me and she was bumping into Lucy, but Lucy's a grump when she's sleepy. So,
so yeah, Angel's doing okay, but I'm hoping I have to take Mr. Onyx back again on Thursday, and I'm hoping I can take Angel along with me because she's sick, and I've been telling her for a week, you really need to get your dog to the vet. She doesn't act right. She sounds horrible, and she was congested, so I gave her a couple doses of antibiotics, and it has improved her breathing already. So but then
moving around.
Yeah, so is getting a little bit of exercise, moving around for sure.
She's already with the program. She knows what door to go outside.
Yep. And then Mr. Onyx is another story. We're still not out of the woods with him. For 2 weeks he was fantastic. He was not pooping or peeing where he was sleeping. He was using a litter box. And now over the last couple of days he started doing that again.
Well, what I think is happening is he won't eat.
Yeah, he suddenly won't eat.
He's very hungry. You can tell. He's very interested in food, but he won't eat. I think he may have a tooth that's bothering him because he keeps shaking his head and he's pawing at his mouth. And he won't eat. Well, if no eat, no insulin.
Yeah, no, and he's not like doing it constantly either. He just, but yeah, just both.
But yesterday he was lethargic. He wasn't acting right.
He was not talkative at all.
No, not at all. Just droopy. And I called, and it was funny because on Saturdays they're not open late on Saturdays. It's only a half day, and I expected to just get a recording, and all of a sudden the phone gets picked up. Dr. Paul. Oh, well, hi, Dr. Paul. And I told him what was going on, and the first thing he said is he's too low. Don't give him any insulin. He's too low. And that really did seem to be the problem. I took some corn syrup, and I put my finger in his mouth, and I rubbed it into the roof of his mouth, and within a couple minutes, he had perked up enough to get out of his box and was walking around. So,
a few temptations.
Yeah.
He tried to eat them. He did eat some, but he's having a hard time eating those, so it does really seem like his mouth is bothering in some way.
Yeah.
But I have a doctor's appointment myself at 8:30 tomorrow morning, so I won't be able to even call Poles in the morning till I get back from my appointment.
But Dr. Pole said if he misses a few doses of insulin, not that big a deal. If he gets insulin without eating, that's
a big
very
deal.
serious. and life-threatening.
But
So
today he's
he's
50-50 on being better. He's
yeah,
talkative. He's headbutting me while I was making a
yeah.
cup of coffee.
He's moving around, but he hasn't had his insulin since yesterday morning. But
And he's not eating. I mean, he was a pig. He would eat every chance
I mean,
he
he
could
ate a
get.
few bites this morning at about 4 o'clock when I woke up to let the dogs out. He did eat a few bites, but you can tell he's very hungry and he wants to chow, and he just something's keeping him from doing it.
So that's our update, guys, of what's going on. This will give me a chance to test our internet for sure, but I can imagine it's amazing because when he hooked it up, I was uploading that snowstorm video and it was at 90% with 21 minutes left, and that was using the old T-Mobile hotspot box. By the time we minimized that browser screen, opened the screen up, connected to the Tri-County internet, reopened the window that was uploading the YouTube video, it was done. So it went from 90% with 21 minutes to go. In a matter of a minute, it finished something that T-Mobile's box said 20 minutes to go. So incredible, but we'll see how fast it uploads this video. I can't tell how long it is, but we got to be pushing 10 minutes. So
Yeah, I can tell when I click on something to watch on my phone, it used to, click it and it would open, and then it, click what you want to play and it would open and buffer a little bit, and then the ad would play and then it would buffer again. This time I clicked it, it opened, the ad played, and boom, the movie was playing, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
really, really cool. So we'll see how long this one takes to upload.
Once it took me half an hour to get everything hooked back up.
Yeah, it took me on that T-Mobile box for that snowstorm. I started uploading it at 9:30 in the morning. The internet guy basically had us up and running by 12:40. And like I said, it still had 20 minutes to go. So for a 20, whatever that snow video is, what is it? How long, guys? 20 minutes, 22 minutes? It took 3.5 hours to upload a 22-minute video. So we'll see how this goes. But the other thing we wanted to share, this is happy if you want to watch this all the way to the end. This morning, there was 4 ducks out here. I'm like, well, how cool. So I grabbed the camera and I filmed a little bit of the ducks. Well, then I caught, or actually, I wasn't filming the ducks. I was watching the ducks, and an otter, I believe it's an otter, popped up over here somewhere, and he went doot 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 doot, and by the time I got the camera, he was here, and I started recording, and then he popped up,
I see his little foot.
and then he went across all the way over here, so I got a pretty good video of him going across that way. I think I filmed the ducks a little bit, but then I happened to look over, and you can see the prints right there. There was 2 deer. I'm like, wow, really interesting morning for wildlife, and the deer went up that way where I couldn't really see them anymore, but very interesting wildlife morning.
And I heard a red-winged blackbird the other morning on my way into work.
That's a good sign.
It's summer.
Yeah, but we were so happy with that last storm missed us, because they originally were saying 6 to 8 inches, and that amount of snow this late in the year could obviously make the difference between whether we flood or not.
You guys, seriously, driving home in that storm on Monday, though, that was horrible.
Wicked.
Yep, I never would have made it home.
Yeah, but she heard the thunder. She was at work inside the metal cement building, and they heard the thunder snow rock the building.
And it was just like, everybody was like, what was that? Thunder.
Yeah, people didn't know what it was because it's so unusual to hear thunder in the wintertime.
But yeah, that's not, I've never seen our roads up here that bad. I mean, 4-wheel drive, full-size truck was having problems getting through it.
So there's what's going on, guys. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of I believe it's an otter. Let me know what you guys think it is.
Otter or mink or weasel, or it's something.
And we will update on the community page if you want to know what's going on with Art. I'll post updates or do shorts. I don't know. Hope you guys are getting notification for shorts, but his son is supposed to call me this afternoon with any updates. They had to do more testing, but he told me yesterday his dad had no awareness, no situational awareness, so that's not good. It's been 48 hours approximately. So, but like I said, my microphone may have saved his life, because if I hadn't had it out, I wouldn't have known that was going on. I wouldn't have found him till the next day. So who knows what would have happened by then. There's something you don't see every day. Must have went right inside of there. There he goes. It's not a squirrel. It is an otter, I believe. Never seen one out and about like that. And he's gone. Not very daylight yet. Well, I've galore out here this morning. Couple of deer right there. Hello, Mr. Wheezy. Hello, Mr. Wheezy. There's the rest of the wildlife. Hi, Wheezy. And Morty. And Willow. And Mr. Casey. And Lily. There is a cat there. And Ozzy. Alright, Wheezy. Good boy, Wheezy. The deer's way, way up there now. Sorry about the noisy furnace running. And the mouthy cat. The mouthy Wizzy. I know you are.